So, good evening to all of you. I am CMA Dibyendu Roy. I am Additional Director, HOD and Secretary of BFSIB. Welcome you today at the momentous day of International Mother's Language Day. We as a country believe in unity in diversity, and today the same reflects in the event hosted by the BFSI board. Today is the first phygital event in the insurance month observed in February 2024. The topic of today's seminar is driving efficiency and growth, harnessing the expertise of cost and management accountants in the insurance industry. We are indeed pleased to state that we have the gracious presence of Srimati Rajeshwari Singh Muni, CMD, National Insurance Company Limited, as the chief guest of the event. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for coming, for accepting our invitation, and for your gracious presence for today. We also have the kind presence of CMA Dr. Tarun Agarwal, Director, National Insurance Academy, who has come from Pune for this event in spite of his busy schedule. Thank you, sir. We also have the presence of G. Srinivasan, sir, who is an icon of our profession and former CMD of New India Assurance. He has come in the online forum. Welcome, sir. Because of his personal commitments, he could not make it today. But I feel he is always blessing us with his expert views. We also have the kind presence of CMA Shiva Prasad Padi, sir, who is the former ERC chairman, ICMAI, and insurance consultant. He is a speaker and he has come from Bhubaneswar. We thank you, sir, for coming. And we also have the presence of CMA Dr. Ashok Jain, who is former Deputy General Manager, Oriental Insurance Company Limited, and he is also a BFSI board member, and he has come from Jaipur. Welcome to you, sir. So we can see such a diverse panel coming from across the country to strengthen today's event. We thank you everybody for gracing this occasion. We also have the kind presence of our past presidents, starting with CMA Amal Kumar Das, sir, then CMA Mahesh Kumar, sir, Mahesh Shah, sir, and CMA Vishnu Basu, sir. Thank you everybody for coming and gracing today's occasion. I think some more may join later. We also have the online presence of our President CMA Ashwin Talwadi, sir. He may join within a few minutes. And also our council members, CMA Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay, Chairman BFSI Board, CMA Dr. Ashish Thatte, sir. He is our Chairman of Career Counseling and Placement Committee, International Affairs Committee, Sustainability Standard Board. And also, I think Avijit sir will also be joining soon, I think. And we welcome everybody to this today's event. We are streaming live in the YouTube channel also to give you. We also have the kind presence of our RCMs, regional council members, starting with Subhashis Chakravarti sir, who is the Vice Chairman of EIRC, and also Avijit Datta, who is Chairman of PD Committee, and Kallol Mukherjee, who is also an RCM. We are happy to state that everybody has come, and including our officials, our secretary, sir, CMA Dr. Kaushik Banerjee, sir, he has also come, along with other senior officials and HODs of the department. With this, we start the program with the lighting of the lamp. We welcome all the guests and our council members, our secretary, sir, to just come for lighting of the lamp.
Profile.
Thank you so much. So, requesting now our chief guest, Srimati Rajeshwari Singh Muni, Madam, CMD, National Insurance Company Limited, CMA Dr. Tarun Agarwal Sir, Director, National Insurance Academy, our special guest of honor, CMA Dr. Ashish P. Thatesa, Council Member, Chairman, International Affairs and Career Counseling and Placement Committee and Sustainability Standards Board, ICMAI, and our Chairman Sir, CMA Chittoranjan Chattopadhyay Sir, and our Secretary Sir, CMA Dr. Kaushik Banerjee Sir, to kindly be on the dais and grace the occasion, please. Thank you so much. And we also heartily welcome our guest of honor, CMA G. Srinivasan, Sir, former Chairman and Managing Director, New India Assurance Company Limited, and CMA Ashwin G. Dalwadi Sir, President ICMAI, for their online presence. Thank you so much, sir. So now we have the felicitation session. I would request our Chairman, Sir, CMA Chittoranjan Chattopadhyay Sir, to felicitate our chief guest, Srimati Rajeshwari Singh Muni Madam, CMD National Insurance Company Limited, with the Uttoryo and the token of appreciation. Thank you so much. May I now again request our Chairman, Sir, to felicitate our special guest of honor, CMA Dr. Tarun Agarwal, Director, National Insurance Academy, with the Uttoryo and the token of appreciation. Thank you. I would again request CMA Chittoranjan Chattopadhyay Sir to felicitate our past President, CMA Amol Kumar Das, with the token of appreciation and the Uttoryo. Thank you so much. I would again request, sir, to felicitate CMA Mahesh Shah, sir, our past president, with the Uttoryo and the token of appreciation, please. I would request, sir, to felicitate Vice Chairman EIRC and RCM CMA Shubhashish Chakraborty, sir. He is not here. With the token of appreciation and the memento. CMA Obhijit Dotto sir, Chairman PT Committee, EIRC and RCM. I would again request sir, sir please. CMA Obhijit Dotto sir. Sir, he is not here. He was there. Bashu. Bashu sir কোথায় গেলেন? He was there. এখানে ছিলেন উনি। CMA Vishwarup Basu sir, he will be joining shortly. Sir has come, okay. So I would request CMA Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay sir to felicitate our past president CMA Vishwarup Basu sir with the Uttari and the token of appreciation. I would request sir to felicitate CMA Kollol Mukherjee sir, RCM, with the token of appreciation and the Uttariyo. Thank you so much. I would request our chairman sir to felicitate CMA Dr. Ashish P. Thatte sir, council member, chairman International Affairs and Career Counseling and Placement Committee and Sustainability Standards Board ICMAI with the token of appreciation and the Uttariyo. Thank you so much. So now we will start our inaugural program. I will request CMA Dr. Ashish P. Thatte sir, Council Member, Chairman, International Affairs and Career Counseling and Placement Committee and Sustainability Board, Standards Board, ICMAI, with his address. Sir, please.
Thank you so much, Madam. Respected Srimati Rajeshwari Singh Muni Madam, CMD, National Insurance Company Limited. Icon of our profession, CMA G. Srinivasan, joining online to our program, former Chairman, Managing Director of New India Assurance Company Limited. Our own member, and he has travelled all the way from Pune, Dr. Tarun Agarwal sir, Director, National Insurance Academy. SP Padi sir and CMA Dr. Ashok Jain sir, who are speakers today. My council colleagues, Avijit is not here, and of course the man who has created the BFSI as a separate sector for CMAs is Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay. So kindly give him a big round of applause. So before we start the council, I remember when I started the council in 1923 and now 23-27. So before 2019, the banking sector was the most neglected sector, and insurance sector, of course, was most neglected sector in the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. After Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay joined as a council member, we have got so many prominent personalities from banking and insurance to the institute that, in fact, he will explain to you that also. Recently, the various PSU banks has taken out, the employment opportunities for cost accountants, and that is very large in number. That is all thanks to the efforts of Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay sir, who has been working very profoundly and very honestly for last 4 years, meeting so many regulators, meeting so many bankers. Thank you, Chittoda, for your efforts to the institute. So we all are enjoying the fruits of that. One more caution I would like to give you, that 3 days back I went to Bombay airport and I missed the flight, and then I have to take the flight at 2:40 a.m. to come to Calcutta. I am Calcutta here by catching the flight of 2:40 a.m. Today I have to catch a flight at 8:30 a.m., which I don't want to miss because I want to go back home. So kindly allow me to leave sometime after my speech is over. With that, I would like to say that, insurance is definitely one of the neglected sectors of the country, I should say, because we as a Indians, we never feel that we should take the insurance or should have the services of insurance, which is outside world is more towards understanding the importance of insurance. So if you see the other side of which, what I'm saying is there is a lot of scope for insurance. It is not just today we are less. That means there is a lot of scope for the insurance, and that is why Institute of Cost Accountants of India is taking those initiatives not only to create awareness about the insurance, but of course the scope and the scope as well as the efficiency of the CMA members within the insurance sector. When we started exploring who all are our CMAs in the insurance sector, through, of course, Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay was the first one who went to Pune and met many people in the National Insurance Academy as such, and many people now are connected with the institute for the in the insurance sector. So with all this, I wish the great success to today's session, though maybe number is less here, but I know online number is quite high, and quite a few number of members across not only country but across the world are attending today's session. Thank you so much to BFSI for calling me for today's session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. I would request now CMA Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay, sir, Chairman of the Banking, Financial Services and Insurance Board of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, for his chairman's address. Sir, please.
Thank you, Madam Indakshi. Very good evening to you all. Of course, today is my one of the cherished desired day, you can say, because when I met Madam, when I heard that she has reached to Kolkata to take the charge of the biggest insurance company of the country, National Insurance Company, and she will be in Kolkata. So I had the privilege to meet her, and on the very first instance, I just told, Madam, you have to come to our institute's headquarters. And she immediately told, of course, let me first start my journey here, and then I will definitely give you date. Thank you, ma'am, that today, amidst your huge responsibility and huge time, she has just today landed from Delhi after attending many important meetings with the ministries and others. And let me tell you another personality, our CMA, Dr. Tarun Agarwal. When he took charge the National Insurance Academies after our G. Srinivasan sir, actually he demitted his office. So I immediately went to his office, and he immediately told me, Dada, you are here. I will be definitely there with you, because I know that how your institute is really doing some good job in the BFSI sector. Thank you, sir, that from Pune you have come here. And of course, I will do my injustice to myself, because the main inspiration behind all this, the person who couldn't come because of some pressing some situations, that is CMA G. Srinivasan, who has given me many ideas, and with his ideas we are driving our profession in the right directions, perhaps. And of course, now in this particular journey of our BFSI board, we have many personalities from CMA profession who are really contributing to the sector, like Dr. Ashok Jain, who is a CMA, and he is also our board member. Thank you for coming over here from Jaipur. And of course, my own brother from Bhubaneswar, CMA SP Padhi, who has also always been giving many informations about what to do and how to proceed for benefiting this insurance sector. Friends, I just want to tell you, my secretary is also always been with us. He is also giving many fillps to us, and he is helping us to continue this sort of programs. But first of all, I must say the first person of this institute, that is CMA Ashwini Dalwadi, who has always been keeping his high hopes and faith on our working from the BFSI board. So thank you, Mr. Dalwadi, that you have your continuous inspiration. We shall be doing so many issues. Today this program has been organized only because of the fact that inclusivity of the insurance sector, that we will be listening from our all speakers. And let me tell you, we are doing a lot of work in the insurance sector, both in practice and services, our CMAs are doing. But friends, 2047 year, please remember in your mind, whether I will be here or not, whether I will be in this world or not, that doesn't matter. But 2047, we should nurture this year. Why? Because the clarion call from the regulators has come, and where National Insurance Academy has also joined hands, that's insurance for all. So insurance for all is the slogan of this country today. And I think as a CMA, as a responsible profession, who are always participating in nation's growth in many sectors, manufacturing sectors, we have already shown our expertise. Now in service sector, now we are showing our expertise. And here insurance sector, you will be very, surprised. One study has been made by National Insurance Academy very few months back. And that study paper, when I was handed over by none less than Dr. CMA Tarun Agarwal, we found that insurance protection gap in India is miserable. And that is our now, from our institute, we will be joining hands with the whole insurance sectors to protect every citizen's life, every facets of the insurance. Friends, you will be very astonished to know life insurance gap is 87%. And 26 to 35 age, we have found it from the study of National Insurance Academy study, that is 90%, 26 to 35 age bracket. Then health insurance protection gap, high at 73%. Property insurance gap, there is a, 95% of net cat gap. And of course, cyber insurance gap is increasing because of the disruptions in the digital world. What is happening, you all know. So we have a lot of works to do. We have a lot of, as a CMA professional, when you are, as a management accountant, as a cost accountant, we are helping with the, surveyor, loss assessor, we are also helping. But many issues are there. I think it requires to be pondered over by the whole insurance sector, as also all the companies. And general insurance industry is growing very fast pace under the able leadership and induction of multiple policy initiatives. We have seen that flexible EOM limits, lessening compliance burden by repealing various requirements, empowering the boards of insurers are some of the remarkable milestones in these directions. However, some of the general insurance companies are reeling in high incurred claim ratios and combined ratios, and at the same time raising distribution expenses, medical inflation in unregulated hospitals and motor garages may put pressure on their finances, also capital raising ability from the markets. It's just observations. ICMAI would like to constitute working group of experts to deliberate and submit reports on the various aspects like lowering distribution cost, controls to reduce claim expenditure, adherence to EOM limits by the insurers, introductions of cost audit in motor claims, health claims, fire and engineering, etc., and concurrent audit on the redressal of grievances. Definitely we are thankful to our National Insurance Company Limited that and other public sector insurance companies for inclusion of CMAs in various vacancies issued from time to time by them. Madam, I am really grateful to you that National Insurance Academy, our company, has already came out with an advertisement where CMAs have been included in their post, and that has become many CMAs have felt happy to participate in their interview process. And we are always organizing this board has come out in insurance month, 2021, 2022 we have done, where doyens of professions, leaders in the insurance field also, and those CMAs joined in panel discussions in pertinent issues. And of course, we thank National Insurance Academy for partnering in few such events. Friends, National Insurance Academy is we have got a MO with them, and we are conducting course on the general insurance, certificate course on general insurance. I request everybody of you who are not yet aware of the many insurance, how many insurances are there. You will be simply, I have gone through the literature and I found, I did not have any idea, at least 27 types of insurances there. And I did not have any idea that there are business interruptions insurances there. Many sort of insurance we have never thought of. Some of the insurances are very much frequently aware of, but many insurance products we are not aware of. So today we will be listening from all our speakers, and we will be definitely, when we will be going back to our home, with our learning and relearning will be there in a strong way. So we are having our National Insurance Academy as a partner. We are holding this insurance month in this February, and I am sure that with your all active support, today we have got many members joining from online, madam, because this is a weekdays, and in Kolkata, many members will be joining later on, of course, because they are all having their office, they will be all joining. But still, the online members, those who have joined, I request them to be here with us. Will be many programs, and let me tell you that our publications on internal audit of general insurance companies, and after COVID also, we have came out with our supplementary copy that has become very useful book for the internal auditor of the companies. And of course, we have got many issues with the insurance companies that we are taking into consideration whenever we are meeting to the regulators. And I am sure in future, in the coming days, our profession will be utilized by the insurance industry for the benefit of the industry only, because we believe in the value creation. We believe in the resource mapping. So value creation and resource mapping are the buzzword for the cost and management accountant, which the insurance industry can never deny. With this, I am really thankful to all our respected guests and distinguished members who are here, and I am sure the days will be very, very enjoyable for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So I would have the privilege now introducing our guest of honor and speaker, CMA Dr. Tarun Agarwal, sir, Director, National Insurance Academy, Pune. Sir has more than 30 years of leadership and academics experience. He has been part of the teams at HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, State Bank of India, and Finopatec. Sir has worked extensively in the areas of financial inclusion, financial education, microfinance, corporate strategy, funding and business scale, product and innovations, human resources, and digital payments. As an academician, he has been with the leading business schools in India as member governing council and director, professor, HOD cum chairman placements. His areas of expertise include commercial banking, corporate credit appraisal and finance, banking operations, microfinance, insurance, inclusion, financial markets and services, B2B marketing and human resources management. He has authored several research papers published in leading national and international journals. Sir is on the Insurance Regulatory Development Authority's Insurance Advisory Committee, National Disaster Management Committee, and many more. He is currently working on National Cybersecurity Mission, Kerala and Assam, State Disaster Management, etc. He has, to his credit, PhD in Management, Master of Business Administration, and he is also a fellow member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. He has been the recipient of Stallion Award in his previous stints and is fondly known as India Inclusive Business Leader, having won an award from International Finance Corporation, the World Bank Group, USA, for his contributions in the space of digital inclusion and bringing about a change in the lives of millions of people in the country. His vision is to create academic excellence, build collaborative community, inculcate leadership with social responsibility, global perspective, and experiential learning. He is a person high on integrity, and strongly he believes in the fact that passion works wonders. We're really honored, sir, to have you with us today. So, requesting now, sir, to please come for his presentation. Sir, please.
Good evening, all. Good evening, respected Madam Rajeshwari, Chairman cum Managing Director, National Insurance Company Limited. Shri G. Srinivasan Sir, former Chairman and Managing Director, New India Assurance, and ex-Director, National Insurance Academy. Shri Ashwin G. Dalwadi, President, ICMAI. Shri Bibhudat Bhushan Nayak, Vice President, ICMAI. Shri Padi Ji, former Chairman, EIRC, ICMAI, and leading insurance consultant. Shri Ashok Jain Ji, Shri Chaturanjan Chattopadhyay Ji, other CMA friends, Avijit Goswami ji, who is not there today, Kaushik Banerjee, Ashish P. Thateji, Amaldas ji, Mahesh Shah ji, Vishnu Banerjee, and other friends, other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for today, which is driving efficiency and growth, harnessing the expertise of cost and management accountants in the insurance industry, is of much relevance today, and I'm happy that we have all gathered to delve into the same. Macroeconomic fallout from the COVID-19 and the environmental, social, and governance, which is the ESG issues, and the workforce-related challenges have become more prominent on issuers' agendas today. Some market players have taken the opportunity to rethink their long-term strategies because notions of trust and social purpose now play a greater role in the industry than ever before. Thus, I feel that harnessing the expertise of cost and management accountants, as my friend Chaturanjan ji also mentioned, has become pertinent, and it enables insurance companies to enhance operational efficiency, manage risks effectively, optimize financial performance, and achieve sustainable growth in an increasingly competitive and dynamic insurance industry landscape which we have today. At this stage, it is also imperative to delve into 5 major trends affecting the future of our insurance industry, and they are, which you are all very well aware of. I'm just trying to make a mention of them again. That is the widening trust gap in an uncertain world, the rapidly evolving customer needs and preferences, an increasingly digital and AI-driven world, cyber and climate risk with a focus on sustainability, and lastly, convergence, collaboration, and competition. I would like to especially emphasize on cyber and climate, especially climate, because of that, the so many health issues we are looking, and such climatic changes have never have happened, which we all are experiencing. Keeping the above in mind, I'm sure you all agree that the cost and management accountants play a crucial role in driving efficiency and fostering growth in the insurance industry. And here I would like to emphasize that not only insurance industry, but all the industries overall. And now that Madam has taken the initiative of including cost accountants at the top level also in the insurance industry, I am sure all the industries in the country will ensure that the cost and management accountants are also equally put at the same level as other leading professions in the country. Why I'm saying so is because their expertise can be harnessed effectively in the following areas, which is cost management and analysis, budgeting and forecasting, performance management and key performance areas, risk management, product pricing and profitability analysis, data analytics and business intelligence, compliance and regulatory reporting, and last but not the least, strategic planning and decision support. I am not explaining all these points, all of us are very well aware of. I also feel that technology too is profoundly influencing how insurance carriers and providers drive growth and improve customer service. No doubt that the new technology and the innovations are also delivering operational efficiency, connectivity, personalization, and new revenue amidst rising claim costs. But as the integration among carriers, brokers, agencies, and the insured enhances, the creation of value-driven platforms and sources of both external and internal efficiency needs attention, and the role of cost and management accountants cannot be discounted. After strategic rethinking and replanning, what matters next is the ability to execute quickly and drive change at scale. Building transformation and change management as core competencies should be the top priority for senior management and people like us as the cost and management accountants. Organizations with a superior track record of execution demonstrate a set of common attributes, and there comes the role of every CMA colleague from the fraternity to help build an outcome-oriented organization, build a strong change management capability, establish a transformation management, TMO, what we call it, and last but not the least, adopt an agile delivery model. I'm sure we all understand what happened in the banking industry. 3 things are very, very important. One is trust, second is speed of delivery, and last but not the least is servicing of the model or the product which we have delivered. I think these will be my few words. Thank you so much. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So now we would have the privilege of introducing our another guest of honor and speaker, CMA G. Srinivasan, sir. He is the former chairman and managing director, New India Assurance Company Limited. Sir has over 4 decades of successful experience in general insurance industry across various regions in India and abroad in all facets of insurance sector. In his last assignment, he was director of National Insurance Academy for more than 4 years, providing leadership to the premier institution to excel in insurance education, training, research, and consultancy, and to act as a think tank for the policymakers. Prior to that, he had 39 years of experience in the non-life insurance industry, both in India and abroad. He was CMD of New India Assurance Company Limited, the largest Indian non-life insurer between 2012 and 2018. For about 6 years. Prior to that, he was CMD of United India Insurance Company Limited for 5 years between 2007 and 2012. He was also MD and CEO of New India Assurance Company in Trinidad and Tobago Limited in the Caribbean for little over 4 years. He has been and is also currently on the boards of many companies as director and chairman both in India and abroad. He has held chairmanship of General Insurance Council and General Insurance Public Sector Association. He was on the Insurance Advisory Committee of IRDAI. He has been on many committees of IRDAI and IFSCA Gandhinagar. He also served as President of Insurance Institute of India. He has been conferred fellowship by Institute of Directors. He has received many awards during his long tenure, including the Personality of Year by Asia Insurance Industry Awards Singapore and Icon of the Profession by the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. He is a Commerce graduate of Madras University, a member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, and a fellow of Insurance Institute of India. So thank you so much, sir. So we will have the privilege of now listening from our speaker, G. Srinivasan, sir, from online, sir. Sir, sir, please.
Good evening to every one of you, distinguished dignitaries and guys. This is Vishwan Singh, then Chittaranjan Chittaranjan, the office manager of the Institute of Cost Accounting of India, and relevant participants, seminar, physical members of our team. It always gives me great pleasure to be part of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. In particular, this seminar, topic is very interesting. How you drive efficiency and growth. How is the expertise of cost management of this insurance space? I thank Institute of Cost Accountants for giving me this opportunity to speak in this seminar. I've always enjoyed participating in seminars of Institute of Cost Accountants. I've been doing this for many, many years. Because of the participants of very high learning, very high intellectual caliber. I always feel very happy to speak to such an audience. I could not personally come to Kolkata because of some personal inconveniences, but I'm here virtually talking to you all. I'd always felt that the institute and also the CMA professionals were always focused on the manufacturing sector on things like cost audits, etc., etc. But in the last few years, I think the institute has realized the scope of CMAs in the services sector, which today is a major part of the Indian economy and also growing very fast. Banking, financial services, and insurance board of the institute is playing a very, very active role in increasing the role of cost accountants in the financial services sector. I must thank Chittaranjan Chittobade for really spearheading this initiative in the last few years. It's also a fact that there are many undiscovered CMA professionals in the services sector who are silently applying the knowledge and skills of
CMAs, playing a key role in those companies. And unfortunately, the country is not aware of this fact. It's very important that we bring them on board, connect them to the institute, so the CMA's role in services sector increases, and also it's recognized by the country as a whole. Growing at 20%, insurance sector today is one of the fastest growing sectors in the Indian economy. As my previous speaker said, India is one of the lowest penetration density levels across the world. There are many Indians who are not in the insurance net. There are many Indians who have insurance but not adequately insured. They're highly underinsured. The government and the regulator IRDAI are ushering in huge reforms in the sector to ensure that insurance reaches every Indian citizen at the earliest. The regulators articulated a vision of insurance for all by 2047 and is working very hard to achieve that. The reforms agenda of both the government and the regulator are clearly, on a fast track. Some of the key reforms are happening at this point of time, will happen in the next few months. A new insurance bill is being brought in, which will have many changes to bring Indian insurance legislation to be in line with global standards. The regulatory reforms are happening to increase ease of doing business. The regulator has been working over time to remove some of those archaic regulations, some of those micromanaging regulations, and also to reduce the number of regulations which are currently there. The regulator is also working on promoting technology in the insurance space. Today, friends, we all know technology is extremely and very extensively used in all walks of life, especially the financial services space. And the regulator has been working hard to increase the use of technology so that insurance can reach many people at a very low cost. The other area where the regulator is working is promoting policyholders' interest, ensuring that there is more transparency, the products are in the interest of the consumers, and also to making sure that claims are settled in time and the grievances of the customers are handled very efficiently. And finally, the regulator has also been working to bring in more insurers and more capital to the insurance industry. Because if the insurance sector has to grow multiple times as it is going to happen, the industry needs capital, it needs more players. More players will definitely ensure that the insurance goes deeper into the rural hinterlands of our country. So these are some of the key reforms which are happening at this space. So the insurance sector, as a consequence, will grow leaps and bounds in the coming years. It's already growing at around 20%. You don't see many other industries growing at such a high pace. But the next 2 decades are going to be decades of the insurance sector. The insurance sector will grow multiple times. And I can't even imagine what will be the size of the sector in the next 10 years or 20 years. It's going to be huge. And assets under management in the insurance sector, which is today about 60 lakh crores, so it's not a small amount. And insurers are one of the key investors in the Indian infrastructure and other parts of the Indian economy. And this AUM of the insurance sector will also increase multiple times. Friends, you take it from me that insurance sector will clearly be the most important investor in the country, will be the most important part of the Indian insurance economy, economic ecosystem. So in this context, I think the question is, how can we as a profession, because I use the word we because I also belong to the profession, what role CMAs can really play in the insurance sector? How can we bring in efficiency, cost optimization, and contribute to the growth of the sector? The insurance sector desperately needs the skills of cost accountants to make them deliver value to all the stakeholders. The cost accountants are in the insurance sector in good numbers. There are many CMAs in key managerial positions. There are CEOs and KMPs. But we need to formalize their role so that the sector starts using them as CMAs in a big way in many areas. I don't think that even the companies know that they are CMAs and their skills are something coming out of their professional knowledge. But they're all occupying key positions and they're all well respected and they're really important people for the growth of those companies. So there are a few areas, I might be duplicating what Mr. Tarun Agarwal just mentioned. There are a few areas where the insurance sector needs the role, the services of cost and management accountants. One is improving profitability. Today, profitability is a challenge for the insurance sector. There is a lot of growth, but the growth is not really contributing to the bottom line of the insurance company. So if you want more investments into the insurance sector, clearly, there needs to be a better bottom line. So there is return to the shareholders. And the investors are very clearly looking at how can insurance become much more profitable and deliver returns to the investors. So improving profitability is one area where cost accountants can play a very important role. More importantly, core underwriting profitability. Today, there are insurers who make profits, but largely out of the investment income, which is not a very difficult thing. But making underwriting profits from the core operations by better underwriting, better claims management is something where the cost accountants can play a very, very important role. So that's one area. The second area is in product pricing and underwriting. Today, fixing the premium rates has largely been given to the actuaries. But this is a role where cost accountants can play a very important role. They can go into the past and, predict the future, look at what is the cost, like the claims cost, operating expenses cost, and then they can always play a very important role in fixing the premium rates which need to be charged. So this is an area which the cost accountants have not really been allowed to play a role at this point of time. I think this is something they can contribute in a big way because of their special skills in understanding the elements of cost in a very scientific manner. The third area is cost optimization. Today, the expensive management of insurance companies is a major component of the revenue of the insurance companies. The regulator today allows only 30% of the gross written premiums as the cost for the general insurance companies, 35% for the standalone life insurance companies, and different percentages for life insurance companies. Out of 100 rupees the customer pays, 30 rupees goes as a cost. If the insurance industry can really reduce this, there's going to be a lot of value, not only to the insurance sector, but also to the customers because the premium rates can be reduced. And reduction of premium rates is very important for a country like India, where affordability is a key issue. So cost optimization is something the cost accountants can play a very important role in the insurance sector. The next area is in managing claims. About 65 to 70% of the outgo of insurance companies, I'm saying in a very optimistic way, is from claims. So which is actually even bigger than even the expenses of management operating cost. So this is also an area, if you bring in more efficiency in the way that claims are managed, if you can minimize frauds, if you can look at patterns, trends, clearly, this can contribute to reduction of the claims of the insurance companies, improve their profitability. So this is also an area that cost accountants with their special skills can really contribute in a big way. The other important area is, there are two important lines of at least the general insurance sector, which also belongs to the standalone health companies, which is health insurance and also motor insurance. Today, if you look at the portfolio profile of general insurance companies, 65 to 70% of business comes from these two lines of business. And these two lines of business are not easy lines of business. They're very challenging from a profitability perspective. One of the challenges the insurers face, let's say in health insurance, is how much is the cost to be paid to the hospitals, to the service providers. And apart from the insurers always feel the hospitals are charging more. The hospitals always feel that insurers are paying less. The customer is caught in between, and he's aggrieved. And health is probably the most aggrieved line of business, largest number of grievances. So if a body like Institute of Cost Accountants or cost accountants themselves can play an important role in getting into the cost profile of the hospitals and fixing rates which are acceptable to all, I think a lot of those grievances could be reduced. It can also contribute to reducing the health claims outgo of the insurance companies. So in the rate fixation, cost accountants have an important role to play. Similarly, in case of motor, where the garages charge a lot of for both for repairs and replacements, we don't know on what basis those rates are fixed. There is again, there is a lot of inefficiency in the whole system. So if the cost accountants can really, help in a scientific rate fixation, the industry will be extremely benefited. So this is one area where the Institute of Cost Accountants as a body and also the cost accountants as individuals for insurance companies can play a very, very important role. The other areas, business analytics, management accountants have their special skills in understanding the P&L, revenue accounts of insurance companies, balance sheets, and also the business profile can make very interesting suggestions to the senior management in terms of strategy, in terms of the way forward. I think the skill sets of cost accountants very aptly suits for this business analytics function. The next area is audit. I'm very happy that the Institute of Cost Accountants came with guidelines for audits for insurance companies. Whether it is internal audit or technical audit, which is audit of the underwriting function of the insurance companies, internal financial control, which is largely done by the chartered accountants at this point of time. These are areas where the cost accountants' role can be very high in insurance companies. Insurance companies can really use them because they have all the skills to do these types of audits. The other area is budgetary control. Budgetary control is a very scientific function, and cost accountants do study a lot in their curriculum. So a scientific budgetary control can be implemented in insurance companies to reduce cost and also increase the profitability. The other area is insurance surveys. Today you have surveyors, loss assessors, who independently assess losses which the insurers use for settling claims, whether it is property or marine or motor or other areas. So the cost accountants today are eligible to become insurance surveyors, especially for the business interruption insurance, miscellaneous lines of insurance. Their qualification allows them to become insurance surveyors. If only they can add a little bit of insurance qualification like an associateship or a fellowship of the Insurance Institute of India, they can virtually do insurance assessments of all lines of business. And this is a profession which is available in plenty. There are not many quality surveyors. A cost accountant with an insurance qualification is a very good qualification from insurer's perspective to assess losses. So insurance survey profession needs people. There are not many good people at this point of time. And also, as the industry is becoming larger and larger, the claims are only going to be bigger and bigger. And there is need for large number of surveyors. And this is one area where the cost accountants can really grab and utilize in a very big way. The other other areas finally is risk management. Risk management is an evolving concept in the insurance space. Insurance companies manage risks of others, but managing themselves for their internal risks, it's still in the early days for many of the insurance companies. Cost accountants can really play a role in understanding risks, quantifying risks, mitigating risks, putting in place a good enterprise risk management system for the insurance companies. So what I'm saying is there are huge opportunities for CMAs in the insurance space. Growing insurance sector needs CMA professionals. It's not only from CMA professionals' perspective. I'm also saying that insurance sector needs CMA professionals. Of course, this requires a lot of marketing because somehow the insurance sector is not fully understood. They're a bit confused. What is this profession as cost accountant? When there are other similar professionals available. So I think marketing is needed. Some kind of an action plan for the institute could be, first of all, can we bring all our professionals who are today in the insurance space and so they could network among themselves, create a network of chartered cost accountants who are today in the insurance sector, create space for them to collaborate, network, and then, for them to declare publicly that they are cost accountants. That will make a lot of impact. That's one. Second is engaging with the top management of the insurers. Third is engaging with the regulator. I think I know Mr. Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay has been running around. He's been spending a lot of time in doing this. Maybe I think as a team, I think this engagement needs to be increased. And also, I always seen, when I started becoming active in the institute, maybe in 2010-11. There used to be, at least one session on insurance in all their seminars, cost seminars or International Cost Congress. But I saw over a period of time, insurance lost its space. It got its space, again lost its space. I think insurance needs to be included in your seminars so that, the cost accountants who participate in large numbers. I know in your seminars, people attend in thousands. They will know, and they would understand that this is the scope which is available to them. So that's a request I would make. And for the cost accountants, CMAs, please understand insurance better, because insurance is a slightly, technical. It's not something, which everyone can understand just like that. So you need to, probably do a course on insurance. I know the Institute and National Insurance Academy brought out a course on general insurance. Maybe we can continue this with life insurance. So this course, both basic level and advanced level, will make you reasonably achieve expertise in insurance. So do you understand the insurance jargons and its meaning? That's one. Second is the Insurance Institute of India conducts associateship, fellowship programs. Please try to qualify. For a cost accountant who has passed the cost accountancy examination, passing these exams is not going to be difficult. They're all, simple things. And finally, there's one profession which is today, which has huge opportunities, is actuarial profession. So I don't see many cost accountants doing actuarial courses. Today, actuaries are in great need, not only in India, but also all over the world. Huge number of actuaries are required. So I would request the cost accountants, with their skills, with their intelligence, they can crack this course quite easily. And then, their opportunities are unlimited. So to conclude, there are huge opportunities in insurance space. Please don't ignore them. And insurance sector also should not ignore the role of cost accountants. This is a comment I would like to make. And thank you very much. Once again, thank the Institute for giving me an opportunity again. All the best.
Thank you so much, sir. So I would have the privilege now. It's indeed a privilege for us to introduce our chief guest today, Srimati Rajeshwari Singh Muni Madam, CMD, National Insurance Company Limited. Madam has 35 years of experience and expertise in the crop insurance domain. She is a science graduate and has post-graduation in business administration, specialization in finance and HR. She is an associate of the Insurance Institute of India. She joined General Insurance Corporation, Crop Insurance Cell Bhopal in 1987 and has worked in the states of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra, and in various departments, that is underwriting, claims, R&D, statistics, accounts, personal, legal and establishment. When the Government of India formed Agriculture Insurance Company of India in 2003 as a specialty crop insurers, she was given the charge of Regional Manager Hyderabad in 2004. She served AIC in various capacities as Chief Manager, Regional Manager, DGM, and become General Manager in 2019. As General Manager at Head Office, she has handled various portfolios of HR, Rajbhasha, grievance redressal, IRDAI compliance, finance, underwriting, internal audit, subsidy management, emerging market vertical, marketing, tech-based crop insurance, reinsurance inward. She is known for her in-depth knowledge of crop insurance, and she is also known for the human touch she extends to team while accomplishing the assignments. She has a very successful career where she delivered exceedingly well in all spheres of her assignments. We welcome you, madam. We are eagerly waiting to hear from you, madam, now. Sir, madam, please.
Evening to all of you. Sri Dalwadi ji, hopefully he is present or virtually. Yeah. and Mr. Nayak ji, and Shri Chitranjan Chattopadhyay ji, Mr. Tarun, Srinivasan ji, and all other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. First of all, let me extend my thanks for inviting me. On behalf of National Insurance Company, it's a real great opportunity for me to be with you, all of you, this evening on this very particular, pertinent topic of driving efficiency and growth, harnessing the expertise of the cost and management accountants in the insurance industry. And what best, we had the best, you can say the doyen of insurance industry, G. Srinivasan ji, who has 40 years of experience in insurance, various the phases of insurance or the development of insurance he has seen in the country before liberalization, after liberalization. Then he also switched over to NIA and he has done a lot of research in that role also. And at the same time, one identity. So I think Mr. Chitranjan, Mr. Tarun Agarwal, and Srinivasan ji has spoken a lot on the entire gamut of insurance and role of the cost accountants in the coming years. Nothing more is left to me to speak on it, but I would only like to reiterate a few things. As I think Mr. What is his name? Thalate, Thate. He has also told that in spite of the liberalization of insurance industry 2 decades back, I think there's some problem here. So in spite of liberalization and the private sector coming in, there is an increase in insurance penetration, though Srinivasan sir was telling that it is the fastest growing industry at 20% growth, but when it comes to, that is in terms of the premium, but when it comes to the penetration levels, the penetration level has marginally increased from 2.5% say in 2000, 2 decades ago to 4%, in which again life insurance is around 3% and non-life is 1%. So that itself speaks that there is a lot of scope, and now the landscape of insurance is rapidly on the, on the change, with the regulators coming up with so many initiatives, and the tagline being insurance for all by 2047. So a lot of initiatives have been taken from the digital aspect, from giving all that ease of business to the insurance sector, so that we can achieve that insurance for all by 2047. And as Srinivasan ji has told, it will just grow many-fold in the next 20 years to come. And lot of scope for the cost accountants also to associate with the insurance industry, which has already been highlighted, whether it is the product pricing, whether it is the underwriting or the risk acceptance by the insurers, whether it is the claims assessment, and of course the financial part also, the budgeting and the other aspects, where you can be eyes and ears to the management in giving your inputs on the performance efficiencies and evaluation of all the strategies which have been put in place. So there is a lot of scope in the future for a collaboration between the insurance industry and the cost accountants. And as Chitranjan sir has already told that they are also on that same path of collaboration, and already a working committee also has been constituted, which will definitely give a roadmap ahead for a good collaboration between the CMAs as well as the insurance industry, benefiting both the fraternities. And I just wish that this really happens, as Mr. Chitranjan was also telling, that whether we are here or not, I think this collaborative path should really see lot of success in the future for the benefit of all, the the citizens of India, that we can bring some value in the lives of our citizens. With that, I just wish that this seminar is a successful one going forward, whatever other topics I think are there. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam. So, may I now request CMA Dr. Kaushik Banerjee, sir, Secretary ICMAI, for the vote of thanks.
Very good evening, everybody. The BFSI Board of ICMI has organized the first physical event at Kolkata for the Insurance Month. The event titled Driving Efficiency and Growth, Harnessing the Expertise of Cost and Management Accountants in the Insurance Industry. We are privileged to have the gracious presence of Srimati Rajeshwari Singh Muni, CMD, National Insurance Company Limited, for being the chief guest for the event. We also thank CMA Dr. Tarun Agarwal, Director, National Insurance Academy, for his kind presence as the guest of honor and speaker. We had the online presence of CMA G. Srinivasan, former Director NIA and former CMD New India Assurance Company Limited. We are also having the kind presence of speakers like CMA SP Padhi, former Chairperson EIRC of ICMI, an insurance consultant, and CMA Dr. Ashok Kumar Jain, former Deputy General Manager, IC, the Oriental Insurance Company Limited, and member of the BFSI Board of ICMI. And we thank all of you for taking their time for their busy schedule.
Internship for interqualified students, internship 15 months company.
এটা কি করব?
এটা আমরা রিকোয়েস্ট করছি না, তুমি করবেন বলেছেন।
We are thankful for helping us in providing the internship for our interqualified students. We are having the gracious presence of our honorable past presidents, CMA Amal Kumar Das, CMA Mohesh Shah, and CMA Bisharup Basu. We are also thankful to our honorable President, CMA Ashin G. Dalwadi, CMA Bibi Nayak, our Vice President, and all our council members for making this program a grand success. We are also thankful for the presence of our honorable council member, CMA Dr. Ashish P. Thatte, who has left for his urgent and busy schedule elsewhere. We also thank the kind presence of regional council members of EIRC, CMA Shubhashish Chakraborty, Vice Chairman, CMA Kallal Mukherjee, Regional Council Member, CMA Abhijit Datto, Chairman PD Committee, EIRC. We are all thankful to our IT department, CP department, administration, membership department, and all the support service providers for their active support for making this program a success. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much. So, we are closing the inaugural session now. We will start with the technical session within a couple of minutes. Thank you so much. Request everybody, so we will start with the technical session now. So, requesting everybody to please have your seats. Thank you so much for your kind patience. So we will start with our technical session 1, and I would request CMA SP Padhi sir, former chairman EIRC, ICMAI and insurance consultant, to kindly be on the dais and grace the occasion, please. Sir, please. Thank you so much, sir. I would request now our chairman, sir, CMA Chitranjan Chattopadhyay, sir. Okay, so I will also request for the technical session to CMA Dr. Ashok Jain, sir, BFSI Board Member ICMAI and former Deputy General Manager Oriental Insurance Company Limited to kindly be on the dais and grace the occasion, please. Sir, please. I would request CMA Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay, sir, Chairman of our BFSI Board, to felicitate CMA SP Padhi, sir, with the memento and the token of appreciation, please. Thank you so much. I would again request sir to felicitate CMA Dr. Ashok Jain, sir, BFSI Board Member ICMAI and former Deputy General Manager Oriental Insurance Company Limited with the memento and the token of appreciation. So introducing our speaker Shiva Prasad Padhi, sir. Sir has done his Masters in Commerce as well as Masters in Business Administration in Finance area. He is a fellow member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, fellow member of Insurance Institute of India, fellow member of III SLA Life, member of Indian Institute of Materials Management and Indian Accounting Association. He is currently practicing as a cost and management accountant and also as a surveyor and loss assessor in fire, miscellaneous and marine category. He is based at Bhubaneswar, Odisha. His area of interest includes GST, insurance and risk management, cost and management accounting and audit. We welcome you, sir. Now requesting Padhi, sir, for his presentation. So please.
ये नहीं है दूसरा, हाँ फुल स्क्रीन कर दीजिए. Very good evening, all of you. Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. In fact, a lot has been already covered by the guests during the inaugural function. And I'm here to share whatever I have learned, I have experienced in insurance industry during the last more than 2 decades. I'll just start by saying that I relate David and Goliath story to insurance industry and role of cost accountants. If you know that David and Goliath story, Goliath was a huge demon. No one could actually beat him. Everybody was scared of him. Then a very small boy named David comes to the front and defeats Goliath and hits a stone and Goliath die. This was the story of David and Goliath, from which we take a clue that it is too big to miss when it is too big, right? It was not too big to hit, but it was too big to miss. That was the moral of the story. Insurance industry is just like that, right? I will, in fact, repeat some of the observations and viewpoints shared with you by the honorable guest in the inaugural function with data and with my own interpretation and analysis. But before that, let me clarify that all my discussion will be limiting to non-life insurance industry only. When we talk about insurance industry, we have life and non-life insurance industry. It is around 10 lakh crore premium market. 4% of the GDP, 3% comes from life insurance, 1% of the GDP comes from non-life insurance. 3:1, 4%. Last year it was 4.2. This year marginally it came down because of low penetration in life insurance. Penetration is the ratio of premium collection to GDP of a country, right? And worldwide, when we compare, we find India at a very unique position that I'll discuss a little later. But please appreciate, when we talk about insurance in India, it's around 10 lakh crore of rupees market. Around 7.5 lakh crore is life insurance, 3% of our GDP, right? And around 1%, around 2.5 lakh crore pertains to non-life insurance, right? My discussion will be limited to non-life insurance in particular. I'll not be really discussing more about life insurance, right? And when we talk about insurance industry, we all are quite aware that the privatization of insurance industry was done upon recommendation of the Malhotra committee, and it became implemented from 2001-2002. So it's only 2 decades. There is no much of change as far as penetration and density is concerned, right? But please appreciate, India as a country took 60 years to reach $1 trillion economy. To reach $1 trillion economy, we took 60 years. The second trillion came in 7 years. The third trillion came in 7 years. Now we are close to 4 trillion, less than 4 trillion in fact, and we are expecting that we will be a 10 trillion economy by 2047. Now it is less than 4, maybe around 3.7 or 3.8 trillion US dollar is what our GDP size is, and we are aspiring to become a 10 trillion economy by 2047. That means 25 years after we will have $10 trillion economy. And all the speakers gave you one data. The insurance sector, indeed we call it a sunshine sector of our country, because the growth rate, the CAGR, compounded annual growth rate of this industry is 20%. No other industry in the country gives such a huge CAGR. So calculate by yourself, 2.5 lakh crore now, 22-23 premium market or non-life insurance market, growing at a rate of 20%, and maybe 1% of the entire GDP. But when the GDP will be 10 trillion in 2047, that means 20 years down the line, 2 decades down the line, where we are actually heading as far as insurance, non-life and life also as an industry is concerned. Let me give you another fact. When we talk about insurance, many times we feel like comparing ourselves with the largest economy, that is USA. We are around 4 trillion economy. US is around 24-25 trillion economy, around more than 5 times than India's economy. But you'll be very surprised to learn the insurance market of US Of course, it's a very matured market, and we were under complete government control till 99, 2000, 2001, till the regulatory regime was introduced upon recommendation of the Malhotra Committee following LPG. But even in these 2 decades, of course, the journey has just started. But when we compare our insurance market, India's insurance market with US insurance market, you'll be really surprised. We have around 64 companies, 69 companies, taking life insurance company, specialized insurance company, standalone health insurance company, non-life insurance company, all insurance company number in India is 69. In US, there are more than 5,000 insurance companies. And you know the population. We are 140 crore plus population. They are around 35 crore population. 33 to 34 or maybe 35 crore population. But yes, in terms of economy, they are maybe around $25 trillion today, right? But the market of US is completely different, right? And I will give you another yardstick, which also the guests were giving, in the inaugural session. This penetration and density are the 2 benchmarks using which the efficiency and performance of insurance market in any country is compared worldwide. We discussed that penetration is the percentage of GDP, share of GDP in terms of premium collection, right? That is penetration worldwide. And density is the per capita insurance premium collected in USD, US dollar. Because worldwide, this currency is considered to compare the density. And worldwide, countries, they publish their annual report, and where we get to know about the penetration and density. This 3% life insurance and 1% penetration, that means what percentage of the GDP comes from insurance business in India is 12% in US. Think for a moment, 25 trillion, 12% of that only comes from one service, that is insurance. So it's a quite different market. Maybe we are probably going to have some products and some regulation in line with maybe other developed insurance market, which will give a further fillip to the industry, right? Whether it is not only the disposable income which an individual is having today to buy insurance product, but also the regulatory regime, the technology that is used, the claims that are settled, the ecosystem, and overall the government rule, regulation, and framework matters. In our country, as far as non-life insurance goes, only one product is mandatory today, that is third-party insurance for a motor vehicle, apart from ESI and other employee-related insurance, right, for an employer. But as far regulatory protection or provision is concerned, third-party motor insurance is the probably only imposed insurance which you and me have to take if we own a motor vehicle, right? But the regulatory framework in many countries, those whom we call as developed countries, you can see this data is taken from the annual report of IRDAI for the year 22-23, where you can see above India and below India there are many countries. But of course, India as a country and the penetration of 4% cannot be compared with countries like USA or any other developed country like maybe UK or France or Germany, because their per capita income, their disposable income, and their risk approach to manage risk is completely different, right? But anyway, we can certainly compare ourselves with China and maybe to some extent South Africa and small countries like Indonesia, etc., Brazil, amongst the BRICS, and we find that the penetration level of 4% which we have in our country, overall penetration, it is almost in line with other major Asian economies. right? But yes, the composition is different. The 3% and 1% composition of life and non-life is quite unique in India. Many other countries, the penetration of non-life insurance is quite high. Unlike in our country, the penetration of life insurance is 3%. Still, Chittaranjan sir was referring to the research report of NIA, which is of course available in public domain, and one can find the gap, the insurance gap that persists in various lines of insurance business today, in case of life insurance, health insurance, etc. Coming to density. Now, density is the per capita premium collected in a country in USD, which is around 99, you can say 100. Right, it is around 92 USD for 22-23. We can assume it to be $100. But look at countries like US, $9,000 is the density of countries like USD. That means average American spends 9,000 US dollars. Of course, this includes life, property, casualty, and their post-retirement, what we call as annuity and pension plans also. But 9,000 USD per person is what an average American citizen spends for insurance. In our country, it is less than $100 today. Nevertheless, we are the highest populated country with 140 crore population, and our disposable income, per capita income, the disperse or the disperse of income amongst the population cannot be compared with any country. But what I want to repeat the statement which Srinivasan sir gave in his address, that insurance market is probably there to surprise us in the next 2, 3, 4 decades in India. Right. I will not discuss more about FDI and other players and all, but I will slowly. I'll try to move on to the theme, that is how CMS can actually add value, or what role a CMA can play in insurance industry. But we need to understand few facts before we tell ourselves that yes, here is an industry which is not only promising but will probably be one of the major service sector industry in the coming 2 decades. Now, as far as our contribution to the global insurance market is concerned, it is only 2%. Don't look at these charts. They are all available in the annual report. I've just taken a screenshot to make you understand. Now, I want your attention for the composition of the non-life insurance market. 70% of the non-life insurance market pertains to only 2 products. Health insurance is 38% and motor insurance is 32%. Right? As a CMA, I personally feel there is some role which we can play in these 2 particular lines, product line segments, health insurance and motor insurance. But the major role that you and me we can play as a CMA is about other line of insurance business. Of course, Jain sir will also, he's a very learned and experienced person from industry, so he will also tell us about his perception. But I will not really discuss more about health and motor insurance and the role which CMA can play in these 2 sectors. The dignitaries were telling us that even in health sector, CMS can play a role. Of course, motor is more or less an engineering domain, but still in administrative function and in some other areas also CMS can play a role. But I am not actually going to touch health insurance and motor insurance when I'll be discussing about the role which CMA can play, or are playing rather, I'll say.
And yes, just to confirm what Srinivasan sir said, when I was pursuing my licentiate, then associateship, then fellowship, way back in 2002, 2003, immediately I completed my CMA profession. I thought that, okay, I should have one more professional qualification, and III, Insurance Institute of India, provide the highest insurance course, okay, which is the fellowship, of Insurance Institute of India. So that course itself, gives further, you can say, confidence, not only knowledge, but also confidence and recognition in the industry to work more in insurance sector. And today, if at all, I'm making maybe around half of my revenue from insurance sector is because of that, not only that course, but learning and knowledge and experience. Okay. Now, I want your attention towards the financial performance of non-life insurance companies. This PPT can be shared by the institute with all the participants. Now, please pay your attention here. Almost all companies are incurring underwriting losses. Now, what is underwriting loss? If your premium income is 100, right, and your claim settlement is more than that, the claim money, the amount that you settle is more than that, along with your all related expenses, then you are booking a underwriting expenses, underwriting loss. So, whether it's a public sector company or a private sector company or a standalone health insurance company, they are booking underwriting losses. The figure of 21-22 and 22-23 is before you. It is a consolidated figure published in the IRDA annual report, separately for public sector and separately for private sector. So apparently, you can say there is a operating loss. Underwriting loss means you can say there is a operating loss, right? How they are making profit? They are making profit from their investment income. Sir was telling, if you remember, 60 lakh crore is the AUM, asset under management, by various insurance companies. So that investment or that return on that AUM or investment is a source of revenue for them, for which they are actually sustaining, I should say. But otherwise, if you look at the ICR, which is a very much talked about term in industry, incurred claim ratio, you will find that the 70% of the industry pertains to these two products, motor and health, and the PSUs, their claim ratio, incurred claim ratio, is more than 100% in these two products. Last year it was also more than 100% in health sector, and in this year also it is 102% in motor and 105% in health. Now CMS can play a role here actually. I will come to my straight away my point. Now the roles that we can play is in two different capacities, or rather three different capacities. One, as an executive or employee of a insurance company. If they recruit CMS, they can get lot of benefit, which a CMA can, by using his expertise, whether it is pricing, whether it is designing a product. Actuaries he was talking about, that we can always collaborate with the actuaries and underwriter, and both the functions are very important. Designing a product and pricing a product, which is the job of an actuary, today is completely an actuary domain. But if further collaboration is made, I don't know, I'm not very sure whether at apex level companies do involve other professionals in the while designing and pricing a product or not, before sending it for regulatory approval to regulator. But cost accountants, with our expertise, we can actually add value in terms of the cost absorption and maybe product wise cost, maybe region wise cost, maybe the fixed cost, variable cost. We can make a overall scientific detailed cost analysis which will help the actuaries. If today the PSUs are making underwriting loss, I didn't find any research study on this, but maybe the pricing is probably not incommensurate with their claims and expenses. That is why probably the PSUs are continuously incurring underwriting loss in these two segments, right? So maybe for pricing, cost accountants play a very major role, which can be done if cost accountants are taken on board by the companies. I'll not say that cost accountants are not working in industry. In the last 2 decades, I have seen many cost accountants working in many of the private as well as public sector insurance company today, non-life in particular. I'm not referring to life. They have been recruiting AAOs and AOs, and they get promotion and reach to senior level gradually. Officers they recruit. So cost accountants can play a real important role in cost optimization, analyzing cost. He was referring about metrics, right? For business analytics also, the major role that a cost accountant can play for any insurance company, whether at regional office level or head office level or even at branch office level, is understanding the cost structure, setting that cost objective, controlling that cost, and using different techniques, whatever we have studied by virtue of our qualification and experience, using it in the field. I'll give you one example. I'll not really debate and discuss about the efficiency of PSU sector and public sector, but the data shows PSU sectors are continuously losing their market share, which is obvious. Private sectors, they are continuously gaining their market share. In terms of profitability, which is another very important aspect where, which is a matter of concern not only for investors but also for all stakeholders. The profitability of private sector is going up. The profitability of PSUs are stagnant, or rather I'll say is not going up. Now, if we really analyze and if we really discuss and study the process, you will find, if you are connected to the industry, you will find that the focus is altogether different. I'm not here to blame any PSU or to give any adverse remarks against any PSU, but let us talk about the process. I'll give you one example. During COVID time, we found many branches of many private sector organizations closed in many areas. Why you are closing the offices? No, we will have a satellite office. Our people are working from home. So why to pay huge rentals? So they took immediate decision, maybe which is a bottleneck, which is kind of, you can say, a challenge to many PSUs. This is an area, this is a very simple example of cost control. I'm not saying only cost accountants can take decisions. But yes, if you have a focus to control cost, if you have a cost object, if managing cost and controlling cost and targeting cost and using those techniques of activity-based costing or lean management is the priority of the management, gradually it comes. And please appreciate, rental expenses is a huge expenses for any office which is located in big places. It is just one example. You look at the productivity, efficiency of private sector, their work culture and PSU. You find a huge difference. Here probably cost accountants can also play a role, not only in policy setting by way of giving their advice and suggestion to the board or the policy makers, but also implementing it at the branch level or regional office level or head office level. And when we look at the functions of any non-life insurance company, motor, life, or any other branch of non-life insurance, the important function for any non-life insurance company is, one of the important function is underwriting and claims. Right? We discussed that policy designing and pricing is a very specific job which is done by actuary at apex level, HR level. Not many people are involved, but underwriting, even Srinivas sir was telling, underwriting is an area where cost accountants can really play a significant role. How? Perhaps you are aware that some of the products are regulated, the prices, the premium is regulated, and some premium are market driven today in the country, right? Out of all, for example, just a small example, if you insure your vehicle, two-wheeler or four-wheeler, you actually take two types of coverage. One is a own damage coverage, right? And one is a third-party liability coverage, or we call it act-only policy or liability-only policy, which is required as per law. Now, the premium of third-party liability policy is fixed, right? No insurance company can probably charge more or less as far as a third party liability policy is concerned, right? Coverage is concerned. But when it comes to OD, even though there is a schedule for NCB, no claim bonus, but many a times, I'll not say PSUs, but private companies do consider NCB at a different rate than the eligible rate. Same happens in case of fire line, marine line, miscellaneous line. So because they are all non-regulated products, and here underwriter, when he consider a particular discount rate, should also make an in-depth and detailed analysis, if not for all proposals, at least for the large proposals, right? Because adverse selection many times is actually the reason for underwriting loss for PSUs. There are research articles which you can also even go through. It says adverse selection, particularly in health insurance in particular, for which the burning is too high for the PSUs, is because of the adverse selection and some other policies. So if industry will grow to such a multiple times, and both PSU sector and private sector need equal focus, equal importance in maintaining cost and taking a correct underwriting decision, where probably a cost accountant having insurance knowledge, I repeat, a cost accountant having adequate insurance knowledge by virtue of his further qualification or experience can actually guide better, right? He can at least tell, okay, if my pricing is this, even if we lose the business, let us not take it, because he will make a detailed analysis considering the risk premium and recovery of other expenditure and overhead cost in particular for that particular proposal. Accordingly, they can decide whether to extend a particular rate of discount or not. So underwriting is an area where cost accountants, I foresee that they are going to play a very important role in the coming days. Apart from underwriting, what we also find is claims. I think all the CMAs are aware that cost accountants, chartered accountants, engineers, and associate members of III, only these 4 professionals can become a surveyor and loss assessor. And for your kind information, in our country we have around 9,000 surveyors and loss assessors today. Around 9,000. I don't know the exact number, right? Last year it was 8,000 plus. Around 9,000 surveyors and loss assessors are there. And accountants, I was making a study, cost accountant and chartered accountants, the number would vary around 400 to 500 in the whole country. There are not many accountants who are conducting survey and loss assessment. Please appreciate, fire is around 10% of the entire non-life insurance market, a little less than 10 as far as 22-23 is concerned. But if you add marine, cargo, and if you add miscellaneous, if you add LOP, BI, many other policies which Chitta was telling, that so many lines of non-life insurance products. So if you combine them all, maybe around 15 to 18% of the insurance product line needs to appoint a surveyor whenever there is a loss reported. And please appreciate and understand, accountants are the best suitable, best fitted person to make an assessment if it is a fire loss, or if it is a business interruption loss, or loss of profit, or a loss relating to any miscellaneous line. Because we understand the books of accounts better, we understand the regulation in relation to GST and income tax better, and we understand the business process better. I'm not saying engineers don't understand them, but many a times, I have personally seen many of the insurance company, they prefer accountants for a particular type of loss, looking at the complexity of data analysis and assessment is concerned. Of course, we have made sessions earlier that opportunity for cost accountants to become an SLA. It is very easy to say that one can become an SLA by taking around 6 months training and passing 3 or 4 papers. That is quite possible. But the job is challenging. And I'll say it is remunerating maybe in a certain, after a certain period, because when you start your career as a licentiate, you may not get a very high value claim to handle, and the fees is incommensurate to the loss amount. For example, if I get today lakh of rupee for one claim, one assessment, depending on the loss amount, it is after 22 years of my survey experience, right? But it comes to, fortunately, the regulator has taken out that what do we say that grade of fellow and associate and licentiate, or A category, B category, C category limit has been lifted. Now any insurance company can allot any job to any surveyor without any categorization. So that categorization also many companies are not following today. Now, cost analysis, cost optimization, cost control, and cost management, a CMA as an employee can really add value. And I'm sure what advertisements we find today in the newspaper that almost all PSU, not of course private, PSU companies are recruiting CMS is a maybe a result of that. Second is investment and fund management, treasury management, and this interest income for any insurance company, life or non-life, is a huge function for any company. And cost accountants can also manage assets with their domain knowledge as far as investment and return on investment, and we have studied the regulatory aspect of investment and security analysis and portfolio management, and many of the related papers are there in the course. So a qualified cost accountant is the best fit, in fact, to become a treasury officer, right? The only fact which has already been told that maybe the focus of the institute and members in particular was probably lacking, or is lacking, I'll not say is lacking, was lacking in the past as far as insurance sector is concerned. Maybe we skipped somehow for this sector, but otherwise it is, I see it as a like I'm a David and Goliath is the insurance industry. Every functional domain of an insurance company, when you look at, you can add value actually, either as an employee or as a intermediary. For example, I am working as an intermediary, as a licensed surveyor. Sir is working as an intermediary, as a broker, and maybe you can also act as a consultant in your own individual capacity, which also I am doing. I'll also discuss about that. Next is the handling tax dispute. I don't know whether you are tracking the news or not, because I also have interest in GST. I track the news, and I found that lot of disputes in relation to GST came up relating to life and non-life insurance sector. And believe me, every non-life insurance company today, public sector or private sector, are dependent on your opinion as far as treatment of a particular item or transaction in relation to GST comes, right? They are coming to you asking for your opinion, or they are coming for a consultation with you, right? And here, cost accountants have a very strong presence in the GST domain, right? As a consultant, as an auditor, we are, our expertise in GST can also be of much help to the insurance company, right? Either as an employee or maybe as a consultant. I personally have issued quite a few opinion for quite a few companies, apart from conducting training sessions on chargeable basis for many companies. Even today, they need it, because look at the slide, if you can see, it is just a glimpse. I was just totaling the total dispute amount in both life and non-life insurance industry today is close to 30,000 crore. Life and non-life both. You'll be surprised, only New India Assurance received 2,379 crore demand notice from GST intelligence. This is recent news, it's not a very old news, 3-4 month old news. ICICI Lombard and 6 other companies, LIC. So every company is, maybe due to their ignorance or due to wrong interpretation, wrong guidance, they entered into a lot of disputes relating to GST. So who other than a cost accountant having GST knowledge having insurance knowledge can guide them. So this is an area probably where we can best fit in to render our service to the industry. I will just touch upon one more area, which is an upcoming area. I was telling it to sir, in case of big finances, huge finances, or you can say huge loans when banks are extending today, private and PSU both. I have handled it for PSU as well as private companies in my individual capacity, not as a surveyor. I am allowed to that as per my code of ethics goes and management accounting ka jo definition hai, it allows that I can become an insurance consultant, and IRD also allows a surveyor can become an insurance consultant in his own capacity. Now, you will find that if not for every proposal, maybe for major proposals, maybe 10 crores above or 5 crores above, or maybe they have now started 300, 400 crores above, they are availing this service from consultants. They are putting it as a condition in the loan sanction that the lender will appoint an insurance advisor who will make a detailed risk analysis of the project in the project stage, not after implementation, in the project while they lend, and he will be taken on the board as a consultant till the project completes, and he will make a risk assessment by identifying, evaluating, classifying, and suggesting how to manage such risk. He will prepare a risk matrix, and the risk objective also will be framed, and the need of insurance through which risk can be transferred will also be suggested by him, along with required sum insured, terms and condition. Look at the opportunity. I'm not saying only cost accountants can do this, but cost accountants having insurance knowledge can actually avail this opportunity in the coming days. And I'm sure maybe this will be an order of the day. Banks are otherwise, after when they finance a borrower for either stock or any other property, they have insurable interest and they go for insurance coverage. But at the project stage, probably for big loans today, many of the banks, PSUs and private sector, they are appointing consultants having insurance knowledge and maybe having project knowledge and tax knowledge also. And what we do here, I have just captured one assignment which I have handled. Studied the risk exposures pertaining to a food processing unit. Around 400 crores was the finance amount, and the project cost is around 600 crores, right? We studied the risk exposure by making a visit, studying the documents, the detailed project report. We made a risk profile of the unit. We made extensive inspection and interaction, study of documents, prepared a risk matrix for them, identified the risk, right? Risk matrix means I'm evaluating the risk, right, by considering the frequency and severity and impact and variability. We make a matrix and we tell them that, okay, this is probably the risk which you should be which is falling in the most dangerous zone. You need to deal with this. We give our independent view. It is not binding on the promoter or the financer to achieve that. But yes, they get an indicator. So we can act as a risk manager at project management stage, right? And we advise them like this risk can be managed in this way as per our understanding and knowledge, and we also guide them as far as their insurance coverage is concerned. We don't sell them, right? We only guide them, because that otherwise it will be a conflict of interest. Taking insurance is their lookout. Now, in the process, you get associated with a bank and you get continuous assignment from them, right? So this is an upcoming area where probably we can work. And internal audit, yes, compliment to Institute for bringing out that guidance note on internal audit for non-life insurance industry, around 128-page document, and very nicely captured. Though I didn't work with any insurance company, but I could now understand after reading extensively from that guidance note that what are the areas that needs to be looked into as an internal auditor. And and who otherwise, other than a cost accountant, can become an internal auditor for a insurance company. So I made an attempt to cover a few of the points which I think that CMS can add value in the insurance industry. The list is exclusive, it is not inclusive, and the discussion that we made is only limited to 15% of the non-life insurance market. But otherwise, if someone wants to expand his scope of practice or profession, or if someone wants to work in insurance industry, which is very promising as far as career growth is concerned, I mean it, not only distribution, even in underwriting and in claims, the need for professionals in insurance industry is very huge. Think for a moment, the industry is growing at a CAGR of 20%. And where this insurance industry, particularly non-life, and the penetration of 1%, non-life, you'll be very surprised to find that this is one of the lowest in the whole world. Right? Maybe that need for non-life insurance is not felt by Indians, whether it is in terms of property insurance or maybe health insurance. Even in case of motor insurance, even if it is mandatory, one part of motor insurance is mandatory, but still there is huge non-insurance in case of motor vehicles also, which we get from various reports. Purpose of saying is that insurance awareness, insurance education, the promptness of claim settlement, and thankfully the robust regulatory mechanism is all quite conducive for further growth of the industry, what I foresee. And I'm very much optimistic that if a cost accountant take interest and also want to add another sector to his or her domain in relation to insurance, whether acting as a intermediary like a surveyor, loss assessor, or even a distribution intermediary, or even an insurance consultant, or even as a tax expert or working for them, would really be a win-win situation. As they said, insurance industry also needs CMS. CMS is not that CMS only needs insurance industry. So thank you very much for the patient listening, and thank you Chittoda and Institute and the BFSI board for the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, CMA Padi, for giving a roadmap for our professionals. In fact, today we have got two personalities here. One is SP Padi, who is in the surveyor, loss assessor, and not only that, as a GST consultant is working. But today we have another personality here. I just want to introduce you because he has come all the way from Jaipur. I had been to Jaipur and I told him that I'll be very shortly will be having some appointment of, rather I will be favored with the presence of the Honorable Chief Guest who is present there. I just want to give you one message here that Madam Muni just before leaving this hall, she just ensured that our intermediate qualified boys and girls, for 15 months training, she wants to utilize them because she wants that cost accountant should be joining the insurance industry in future in a mass. So she has just assured me. I request our secretary sir to please write a letter to her. She has told that she will be taking it in a very serious way. So Mr. Jain will be now telling, and I'm telling you, I introduce you, he's a board member of our institute, and he has started to contribute our board in a big way. We are going to meet, General Insurance Council, Life Insurance Council under his leadership, because he has got a huge, I'd also say that network in this particular country insofar as the insurance industry is concerned. So what to Mr. Jain, before that I want to introduce formally by Indakshi.
So I would like to now introduce our second technical sessions speaker, CMA Dr. Ashok Jain, BFSI board member ICMAI and former Deputy General Manager Oriental Insurance Company Limited. Sir has worked in his previous assignments in Oriental Insurance. He has worked with various organizations in different positions like Onida Television, Lohia Machines, University of Rajasthan, etc. He has started his career in Oriental Insurance in the year 1987. He has worked as BM, DM and SDM and various offices under the control of Jaipur Regional Office. He has worked as Regional Manager RO Chandigarh and RO Jaipur and TP Hubs of Rajasthan, Chief Regional Manager Regional Office Ahmedabad, worked as Deputy General Manager in the Regional Office Bangalore and RO Hubli jointly. He is a Fellow of Insurance Institute of India, a member of the Institute of Cost and Management Accountants of India. He is a Master of Business Administration. He is a specialization in Marketing, Doctor of Philosophy. He has won prestigious Subramaniam Award 2002 of Insurance Institute of India. He has won the highest award, S.K. Desai Memorial Award 2004 of Insurance Institute of India. He is the Chairman and Secretary of the Jaipur Institute of the Cost Accountants of India, Chief Advisor of NIRC of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, President of Jaipur Ahmedabad Branch of Insurance Institute of India, Member of the Advisory Board of Jaipur Institute of Cost Accountants of India, Faculty Member for the various training programs at regional and corporate level. We welcome you, sir. Now requesting Ashok Kumar Jain, sir, for his presentation.
PPT that you will do. Okay. Okay, I'll handle this. Good evening, friends. Before I say something, I just wanted to make Mr. Chittaranjan clarify that he was saying that by now only the 27 type of product insurance is available, but for your information, the time has come. Like that, now you tell me that what type of insurance you need. It's a now risk-based insurance is started. You tell me, even for the kidnappers, we are the ransom demanded by the kidnappers, we are insuring it. We are insuring our various OTT films or the film industry, we are insuring. So like you tell me, so by now at least I studied it and then I prepared one research paper also. That by now at least 124 products is available in the market. So it's the need-based product or the tailor-made product. So this is for your information. Now it is not limited. It's only the risk-based insurance started. Even at the same time, price-based insurance is also there. So friends, good evening. Respected dais, on the dais and of the dais. So far the insurance part is concerned. So insurance industry, I just wanted to give you an overview about the insurance industry. So like all the previous speakers, they already touched the point that our Indian economy is the fastest growing economy, and it is growing at the rate of 7.5% in the next 3 years. It is projected that it is going to be a 5 trillion economy. So far your market is concerned, the Indian insurance market, our rank is the 10th rank in the world. Global level, we are the 10th rank. And in the life insurance, it's the 6th rank, but in the case of non-life, it's the 14th rank. But very soon, by 2030, they are projecting about 2047, but what I am projecting that by 2030, that our rank will be among the first 8 on the global level. Regarding that, I don't want to touch the other point, penetration, we already discussed, my other speakers, they already spoken much more about the penetration density part also, but only the one point I just wanted to discuss, that the insurance distribution, because earlier the insurance, I don't want to go for the technicality, I just wanted to discuss in a very layman language, but so far the insurance product was being marketed by the agents earlier, but now the various distribution channel is introduced. It may be the broker, it may be the marketing firm, it may be the corporate agent, it may be the bank assurance. So that there is a good opportunity so far the insurance. Earlier there was a total number of the distribution channel member was hardly 8.6 to 8.26 lakhs. But now it's a 52.65 lakhs. And at least just for the your surprise, I mean that by now 564 firms are registered as a broker, and at least 150 applications are pending with the IRDA. So there is a good potential in the market. In time to come, the insurance company will grow very fast, and then I'm sure that by 2030, the premium what we are underwriting today, it will be doubled by 2030. Regarding that 8%, I mean the Insurance Act, the Insurance Act is governed with all various legislation, Insurance Act 1938, LIC Act 1956, JIBNA, this General Insurance Business Nationalization Act 72, IRD Act 1999, Actuary Act 2006. And 8%, this 26 life insurance company, 27 non-life insurance company, 5 standalone health insurance company, 1 is a Indian reinsurance. I just wanted to give a overview, though it is already discussed with my other previous speakers. I don't want to waste the time for this thing. So regarding the cost in management accountant, friends, I specifically, I would like to thrust upon the cost and management accountants, because the cost and management accountant, they do have a very special quality, which our other fraternity, I don't want to compare it with the chartered accountant part or so, but again, yes, my cost accountant, CMH, they carry, a special unique skill about the data analysis. With the help of the business intelligence or with the help of the cost profit volume analysis, they can do the miracles. Like other, if I compare it with the financial accountant, they cannot do it. As well as they do have broader perspective. They don't want to, the CMA, they don't get involved in the day-to-day operations. They go beyond that. They are not limited to the internal financial data, but rather synthesize the entire organization performance from the financial and operational efficiency. The typical interact with the entire world. They don't interact only with the management. They interact with the government agency. They interact with the competitors. They interact with the other so many players in the market. So that's why the CMA are better than the other financial accountant. And then they take a very proactive role in the fraud detection and deterrence. In the case of investigation also, the CMA can play a big role. So in nutshell, if I say in the short, what our cost and management accountant are better and how what they do. So they set the tone at the top. They decide the philosophy of the working of an organization, and then they maintain the internal control. And then they are responsible for the control environment. They are not only the big bookkeepers. They analyze the books. And then they collect the business data, they perform the business analytics, managing the allocation effectively, and in the case of any deviation about any results, so they question the unusual deviations. Apart from that, in case if there is any deviation and oversight to the tone set by them, the philosophy set by them, then certainly they question the management and understand the fraud risk and the expertise in the business industry. So this is about my cost and management account fraternity, how they can be better. Now the question come. We were discussing a lot about the this is going on, but exactly what we need on the front of my cost and management accountant, or what I am expecting from the CMA Institute. Though I am a part and parcel of this institute, but we are not doing anything. By suggesting, it's a different thing. Yes, the cost and management accountant can do this thing, that thing, but what we are doing, ultimately we have to take up the issue with the regulator, we have to take up the issue with the councils, the GI council, LI council. So that's why again I push Mr. Chitranjan ki yes, we must do something. So far suggesting, everybody is suggesting, Mr. Srinivasan has suggested, Tarun sir has suggested, and then Mr. Pade has suggested that we should do these things, these are the area. But what can be the role? But how, whether that role is applicable, possible or not. So it will be possible only when we will take up with the respective authorities only. So that's why this is a need of the hour, that at least we should take up rigorously with all your authorities, regulator. I've been to IRDA along with Mr. Chitranjan, and then we met some of the IRDA members, and we met the principal and the director of the Risk Management Institute also. But by now even we have not done anything. At least we need something to be done. There are certain area which we have sent. I have sent one recommendations to the GI Council. Ki what are the area we can do it. So because the IRDA they have suggested that the thing should be routed through the through the GI Council or LI Council. We cannot directly entertain. What rather it was a shame on the part of the on the part of the institute that even IRDA member asked what you are doing. You came into existence in 1959, and this is a 2023 that you have come for this, that you are given opportunity to cost accountants. Is it so? I mean, in the year after, in the 41 or 474, rather 65 year, after 65 year, we are approaching the IRDA, and then IRDA was asking what you are doing for last 65 years. Now you are approaching. Yes, we entertain, we acknowledge your qualification, we accredit your qualification, we accredit the CMAs. What CMAS can do, but what you are doing. So that's why again they have suggested, and then I prepared some recommendation for the GI Council, and some of the recommendations, though it's the sake of repetition, but I will be discussing in a brief only a certain recommendation. The role of cost and management accountant about the, because friends, recently there is one regulation is released by the IRDA. The name of the regulation is the management expenses. The regulation of management expenses including commission payment regulation 2023. This regulation says that none of the insurance company is allowed to pay more than 30% towards the procurement cost plus management expenses. Earlier procurement cost was a separate and management expenses was a separate. Management expenses means it's a operational expenses. But IRDA has put a condition that the procurement cost, whether it's in the terms of the insurance or in the terms of the brokerage, it cannot be more than 30%. And in the case of standalone health insurance, the different percentage is there. But how in the market ground reality is that the insurance company, they are throwing the money. So far the procurement cost is concerned, the things are being bargained, because so far I'm in this particular line only. The things are being bargained. They are least concerned about the service part. They are simply the brokers or the agents or the bank assurance, the bankers part, they are bargaining so far the procurement cost is concerned. So this is the reason that the IRDA has come with this regulation, this management expenses EOC, the EOM regulation. Under this regulation, this percentage are restricted, but who will decide? It's only the CMA can analyze. With the help of these techniques, only the CMA can help the insurance sector. The CMA can help, but whether it is helping or not, unless and until the IRDA or respective authority allow us, then only we will be able to take up the issue. So, but at least here we can suggest that through the various techniques, this expenses of analysis, where the CMA can categorize the expenses in the variable, semi-variable, fixed or standing. Everybody, you all must know what we can do under the expense analysis. We can break down the expenses, controllable, non-controllable, where the expenses can be controlled, cannot be controlled. Cost reduction strategies, through the removing the all redundant activities, we can reduce the cost also. The budgeting and forecasting. Budgeting and forecasting is nothing, it's a financial roadmap only. So the CMA can well prepare the financial roadmap, because this is a part of the management accounting, and the cost accountants are well versed, and scientifically they understand the meaning of the performance budget. So that's why with these process improvement part, even through the part and under the operational research done, through the part or CPM activities, we can reduce, or rather we can remove certain activities, or we can reduce our expenses. And variance analysis, and the cost account, the CMA, they can do the variance analysis, they can make the compliance assurance, because they are well aware about the regulatory requirement, they are well about the internal policies matters only. So it will reduce our or rather it will ensure the compliance of the regulatory requirement, or rather it will ensure the compliance of the legal policies. Other the moment when we will not follow, or we will not adhere to the legal policies, or we will not adhere to the regulatory, so there will be an objection, there will be a penalty from the IRDA also. So this is the CMA only there, the authority with the help of these techniques only, they can be a very helpful for the insurance industry. And at the same time, under the EOM, under particular this regulation, the IRDA, each and every company is required to file a certificate, submit a certificate that their expenses are well within the or as per the permissible limit of the regulator. So it is only the CMA can give the certificate, but how he can give the certificate? He can give the certificate with the help of these techniques and tools only. Then the area what we were discussing about the claim part also, the management audit of the insurance claim. I am using the word particularly management audit. It's not audit, it's a management audit. Our main area is our audit. It's not a cost audit, it's a management audit. Or rather, I should request the council members also or the institute also, we should thrust on the management audit, not on the cost audit. Yes, cost audit is a part and partial of the management audit. So just to make it wider or just to make it popular, we should all the time, wherever we are going and wherever we are taking the matter with any of the authorities, we should talk about the management audit, not about a cost audit. The moment we talk about the cost audit, it restricts our scope. But the moment we talk about the management audit, rather it is giving a big way, I mean like that the management audit is attracting. So that's why again I will request the council members that they should discuss in the council at least whenever we discuss about the management audit, not about the cost audit. So at the same time, I am again discussing about the management audit of the claims. Because increasing ICR, my other speaker, they said that none of the insurance company is earning the profit out of their core activities. The basic core activity of their business is the underwriting. They are not generating any profit. None of the insurance companies generating profit out of their core activity. They are generating profit out of the investment only. So that's why ICR, the main reason of higher ICR or increasing ICR is again the claims are not being handled properly. The claims are not being handled systematically and scientifically. You go in the market and ask anyone, none of the insurance company carry a good image so far the claim part is concerned. All the time say that the moment some claim is reported to the insurance company, forget. Either they will deduct something, the other they will pay 50% of the claim, they will pay 60% of the claim, they will make this deduction. But this is not fair enough. Yes, here the cost CMAS can play an excellent role, because ultimately the timely settlement. Because so far you just go the moment there is a timely settlement, I mean rather either of the party, insured as well as insurer, can save at least 10% of the claim amount. You pay claim in time, rather they will accept for the lesser amount. But who will suggest? Nobody is there in the management who can suggest yes, timely claim will help the insurer as well as the insured also. So this is the reason where that the cost accountant can perform a very excellent role. Under the management audit of the claim, data analysis, fraud detection, loss control and efficiency, claim settlement. Because you will not believe, my friend Mr. Pade is there. He is the surveyor, so rather he can endorse the salvage value, which carries a very high value. It remains lying due to the dispute, not understanding, due to the not reaching to a proper valuation. The salvage remain undisposed for years together. The value which can be generated in a very big way. After 3, 4, 5, 6 years dispute is there. It go down up to a very minimum level. So this is again here cost accountant can play an excellent role. So for us in the same way, reserve management. There is one provision of the reserve for unexpired risk. So it's only a cost accountant who can help. I don't say that the chartered accountant cannot do it or the financial accountant, they cannot do it. But for the reserve for unexpired risk, say 1/365 is an excellent scientific way. But other way, what insurance company are following, 50%, 100%, 75%, that's not a fair at all. So here the cost CMAS can play an excellent role. Reduction in the combined ratio and the loss ratio. So friends, for the purpose of, just for your understanding, I hope that majority of you must be knowing combined ratio, but just for your surprise, barring only 2 insurance company, all the insurance company are having a combined ratio more than 100%. 100% means ki their procurement cost, their management expenses and their claim is more than 100%, means they are in the losses. So that's why again a CMAS can help in a big way to reduce the combined ratio or the ICR or the loss ratio. Next. The concurrent audit of the age per there is one regulation from the IRDA also about the investment, because the age per the guidelines of the IRDA that the insurance company are allowed to invest in a certain areas, certain segments. They can invest in the EQ, they can, equity, they can invest in the debenture, they can invest in the certain infrastructure bond or the government bond also. But who will ensure that it's a CMA friends can guide, those chartered accountant can also guide, but the role of CMA will be in a big way. They will analysis, they will ensure the regulatory compliance, they will ensure the portfolio assessment part also, they will analyze or evaluate the performance of the each and every investment, and they will be monitoring the solvency also, because friends, as per regulator, each and every insurance company which are operating the market, their solvency must be 1.5%, and solvency means excess of the asset over the liability. But surprising, none of the, even except the New India Insurance Company, all rest of three insurance company solvency ratio is less than 1%. So it's a very unfortunate part that you are dealing with the insurance company which are not having any stability, and rather you are putting your whole risk to them, or rather you are insuring your risk to such an insurance company which don't have the financial stability. So just to ensure the financial stability, again my CMA friends can help the insurance company in what better way or in what way they can maintain the solvency. So this only the CMA can help. And at the same time, so far the profitability analysis, because ultimately you see, Mr. Padey, you must have, you since you are in the majority of the products are loss making. But even we are underwriting these products. So that's why the CMA, they will work on about the cost center, they will work on the profit center, they will work on the segment wise also. So the moment even somebody guide, it's not somebody, it's only CMH. They can guide so far the profitability on the basis of profit center, cost center, or the product wise, segment wise. Is it the same way channel analysis? There are different channel. Earlier the channel, the direct channel, agent channel was there, but the other channel, bank assurance, it's a highly loss making. But even by keeping the volume in the mind, like we are underwriting and we are losing. I can give an example. The Oriental Insurance Company were having a tie-up under bank assurance with the Punjab National Bank so far. The same policy was being sold for let us say, for 10,000 rupees. The same policy was being marketed by the Punjab National Bank for 2,500 rupees. And the loss was very high. So ultimately, one day they have to break the agreement and then they have to stop it. So that's why it's only a CMA. If CMA would have been there, they would not allow the insurance company management to go for this analysis, go for this agreement. The other way, everybody was discussing about the internal audit and the internal control part. Friends, since I have been a part and partial of the insurance company, they are seriously they are wasting the money in the internal audit. It's only a face saving. They are not at all giving the full importance to the internal audit. So far the insurance companies are concerned, because their internal audit is being conducted by their own staff, and it's only face saving, or rather it is overshadowing their irregularities. That through the report from their own internal audit, where they are wasting the money, like there is a huge infrastructure, there is a huge manpower engaged in the internal audit. If they reduce the expenses in their own staff and they engage the CMH for the internal audit, there will be a big saving to the insurance company. And they are not at all delivering anything. But even internal audit being conducted by their own employee. So here we can take up with the IRDA regulator or GI council, yes, internal audit must be done by an external person, and that too by the CMA. The fraud and the management and cost audit of the outsourcing, friends, that due to the increasing manpower cost, the outsourcing activities are mandatory for the insurance company, whether it's a third-party administrator, TPA in the case of health claim, or in the case of the surveyor, or the legal counsel, or the business correspondent. So these are the all outsourcing agency. So outsourcing agency are being negotiated in a very unscientific way, or in a very unreasonable way. Sometimes it's only understanding based, but here the CMA can play the big role. So far the management audit, cost audit of the outsourcing activity. In the same way, reinsurance activities are increasing due to the all innovative product, or due to the increasing the global market, or reaching to the global market. Agar reinsurance activity are being, so for that there is one regulation from the IRDA. So for just regulation, this reinsurance regulation must be again, there should be a management audit for the reinsurance regulation. In the same way, reporting and communication, because the management audit, I mean the CMAs, they interact, they are the big source of MIS. They not only interact with the management, but they interact with all the stakeholders. So that's why the CMA can be a good person for the reporting and communication. In the same way, performance metrics. You must have heard about the KPI and KPI, key performance area and key performance indicators. So the performance are being evaluated on the basis of KPI and KPI. So that's why again, just to establish a good KPI and good KPI. And the CMA is the person like who can help the insurance company to establish or to decide the KP and KP is the KPI. So this is all about the cost. But at last, I just wanted to say, Mr. Chitranjan sir, and then other part of this our institute, we have talked a lot. Yes, we should do this thing. The CMA can do the miracles, but who will do the miracles? So that's why again I request you should take up with the matter, you take up the matter with the council, and at least whatever suggestion. Yes, underwriting is there, pricing is there, yes, but who will do it? So that's why again rigorously you should take up, you constitute one committee part, and they should rigorously take up with the bankers, insurance. There is a good scope. I told you that again everybody has suggested the insurance company is growing at the rate of 20%. Yes, it is going 20% rather. You were saying that all must have gone through about this standing committee of the Parliament for Financial Services. There only this vision has been given by the IRD chairman, the Secretary Finance, insurance for all by 2047. So this vision has given, the vision itself reflect that insurance company will, or the growth of the insurance sector will reach to all-time height in time to come. So that's why just to encash the opportunity, we should do something. This is my request, and thanks to all. Any question is there about the, because I have not gone to any complexity of the all technical things. I have simply prepared given my presentation in the very layman language only.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jain. Of course, you have told that yes, so many talks we have in our pocket. We have done. Yes, when you start action, you take action. First of all, you have to know what really we will do. And this session, in fact, today's session will be remembering one. Why? Because two personalities. First personality, the chief of an organization, CMD of National Insurance Company. I told you, she has been here. She has listened about our call. From whose mouth? None less than another CMA who is the icon of this. We are proud of him because he is having a excellent checkered career in banking and insurance. None less than Dr. CMA Tarun Agarwal. He has come leaving his NIA because he loves his institute. And today, Mr. Jain has told, Mr. Jain, as a board member, you are playing a very responsible, I must say, you are responsibly acting, because I have never found this sort of personality in our board in the last 4 years, who is really continuously provoking me. You have to go, we have to do. Of course, we have got our limitations too, but I am assuring you that this meeting is going to take place in the first week of March, because we are in touch with Mr. Tapan Singhal. Incidentally, when I met Dr. Tarun Agrawal, he told that I will help you to have a meeting with Tapan Singhal, the chairman of, I think, president of General Insurance Council. Friends, first of all, you have to understand the subject. I think the people who are here, they have understood that how much intricacies are there in this insurance sector. Now, this fag end, if you have any query, if you ask us, but I will request and again, because I am not going to lose the opportunity of, absence of Dr. Tarun, so far he is here. I request, sir, please एक बार आइए, आके हमने आपका जो मन का बात हमारा सबको बोलिए as a CMA. Please, sir, please come, please.
अभी तो बोलने को कुछ बता नहीं दादा, क्या बोलने का है? Okay. Okay. So I think we had a very good deliberations today. I'm really very happy to be part of this deliberation. So important piece is that especially in the government sector and where importance is given to other institutions, I think we should represent ourselves that for the positions of Director of Finance and other CFO positions, the cost accountant position should also be recognized, because that's a discussion we were having, that the past percentage of the cost accountants is much higher, much lower still today as far as the other institutions are concerned. So I think after this discussion, definitely I think insurance sector and Madam taking lead will open roles for the cost and management accountants. But definitely there's a long way to go, and as Jain Saab and Padi sir are also guiding us, I think Chatuda has got a lot of on his shoulders now to take it forward by meeting IRDA chairman and so many public sector unit and then I think Public Service Commission chairman as well for taking up this piece. So I think with these words, we all need to come forward and make this voice heard, that the CMA needs to be at par with other institutions, and then as Mr. Jain and Mr. Padi explained so nicely today, that the kind of roles we all can play, and then so in so detailed and so lucid manner, I think it was eye-rolling and awakening. I'm sure we all will take benefit of it, and even those who have joined from world over to listen to the key speakers, technical speakers. I think I wish Chato sir all the very best to take this agenda forward. We are all together with you, and today is a very good and great day that Madam herself was present, and she has taken it as a challenge to give an opportunity to intermediate CMAs. So all the very best to you. I think under your leadership many more things and will come, and good things are happening. We are very proud that you are there and helping all of us. Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So the house is open for the question answer session. If anyone has any questions, he or she can ask to our speakers. So, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ek to mic ta do. Yeah, we are checking that.
Yeah, a very good evening to the dignitaries and all the participants of today evening. So actually my question is that despite the tremendous activities in the infrastructure development sector in the recent past and also expected in the coming days, the insurance bond actually which was discussed and much awaited, as it is prevalent in the developed economy and also the the African countries also, it is not taking off actually. So despite the fact that Finance Minister has included this product in our budget speech in 2022, actually I am not getting any media coverage or the much information on this product. But this is the necessity in view of the fact that for smaller players in the construction sector, they getting bank guarantee limit is very difficult. So the insurance bond can play a major role in this sector, but actually it is not happening. So that's my query, sir.
Just for your information only, recently I had a meeting with this ICICI Lombard CMD, and fortunately he is a cost accountant. And then I rather induced him that why you are not, what you are saying in the 2022 budget, the Nirmala Sitharaman CH categorically spoken about this surety bond insurance, what you are referring, it's a surety bond insurance only. This is available, the even State Bank of this SBI General Insurance, they are marketing this product, but just to get this product, there is a lot of query about the financial strength and financial outstanding or financial standing of the particular organization, because they are certain, you know, the surety, the purpose of the surety bond insurance, because they, in place of the bank guarantee, they get the insurance for that amount. And the premium is very meager, and in that case the company get blacklisted or backed out. So then from where they get the claim. So the chances of losses are very high. So that's why every insurance company is a bit scared. I rather, the ICICI Lombard CMD, he has assured me, rather he has called his chief underwriter and the other executive directors also, to study about this product. At the same time, I spoken to the Tata AG General Insurance Company also. But yes, HDFC Ergo Insurance Company, they have agreed, and rather their product, it is in the pipeline, because ultimately you see that before, though this time it's a use and file. Earlier it was file and use, because whatever new product you have to launch, you have to file it with the IRDA. But now you can use the product and you can file it to the IRDA. So this HDFC Ergo, they are working on it, and some more companies. But due to the risk, the nature of risk, this product is not being marketed. But yes, if you have any insurance, yes, you can approach the SBI General Insurance Company, or rather you can approach me. I will arrange the insurance for that.
Great, sir.
Yeah.
And one more aspect of this product, actually, it is to be made acceptable to the project implementing authorities also.
This NHAI, this National Highway Authority, they already circulated in their circular, in the officially, they are accepting it. But wherever you are to go, that authority should accept. In place of the bank guarantee, they are ready to accept the surety bond insurance.
Right.
So it's the only authority they are to accept. So far the government, yes, but other way around, I spoken to the moment I was discussing with the ICICI Lombard CMD, when I said that it is already announced in the financial budget. So then what's the need? There should be a separate circular from the respective authorities. So they are also working on it. Yes, they should take up with the government finances, this finance, government of India finance, like why this is again being asked by why it has been left to the respective authorities. When there should be a clear-cut guidelines from the ministry itself. When it's a part and parcel of the budget, so there should not be need of a separate guidelines from the other authorities. But NHAI has already circulated.
Great, sir. Thank you very much.
For your information, I just want to mention you. Our institute has come out with an infrastructure financing book, which has become Bible. You don't know, many of you. It has become Bible of the many, like NHI who is talking about. Even ministry has also we have got a huge praise, and they have given us some training program to train the officials of the state government in the infrastructure, those who are dealing with the infrastructure. Already we have got one training program as such. Let me tell you, the second edition of the book has got a total coverage of this particular bond regarding the insurance, as it is being a new product. And I request all the members to grab a copy Of course, this book is slated to be released from the hands of any honorable minister, and we will be immediately putting it before in the institute's website. Kindly go through the second enlarged versions of the aid memoir on infrastructure financing. You will get all answers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. So, any more questions? So, I think we have come to the close of this session, and we will conclude this program with the national anthem, and I would request everyone to please stand up for a while. Thank you so much.
Our Tiranga should be there, na sir?
नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you. We request all the participants to join us for dinner and kindly collect the dinner packets from outside. Thank you all for your presence both online and offline, and hereby we close the program. Thank you so much.